Hi, my name is Taylor Pierce, owner and founder of idea2appstore.com. I'm here to teach you how to develop or get developed quality applications. A little bit about myself. I started doing apps in 2009 when the App Store was just starting out. I was a college sophomore and I was broke as hell, to put it frankly. I was paying for my education myself, and in the first year at the University of Texas, I racked up $25,000 in debt. So needless to say, I had to figure something out, or I was going to be at least 6 figures in debt by the time I graduated. So I decided to try to develop my first iPhone app. And I had a bit of a programming background, and I was going to school for computer science. So it wasn't too terribly difficult for me. Needless to say, I developed my first app and it did very well and ended up making a series out of the applications. From there, everything took off faster than I could have imagined. The next year, Apple invited me to intern at their headquarters in Cupertino, California, and I did a lot of iOS development there. And I learned a lot. Over the last 3 years, I've learned what it takes to be successful in the App Store. And I've also learned what not to do. I've started a company in 2011, last year, that focuses on building clients' apps. And I've learned in the last 8 months of doing that people have great ideas, people aren't very good at executing these ideas. Most of the apps we've built for clients, the client just has no idea where to begin, and it's overwhelming at first. There's a lot of stuff you have to kind of learn through trial and error with the App Store. So I decided to make a simple guide for my clients on how to be successful. I wrote up the guide. It was very short, 10-15 pages, and noticed their sales increasing, their quality of their apps increasing, just everything was better. One of the clients came to me and said, why don't you write a book and make it available to the public? And so I did a lot of thinking, and at first I was kind of like, no, I don't want to put all my secrets out there because it's what helps me be successful. And I did a lot of thinking. But I kind of wanted to give back. The App Store has changed my life. I don't worry about bills. I don't worry about finances. I get to live a pretty financially carefree life. So I decided that, if it could change somebody's life like it did mine, then it would be worth writing about. So I decided to write Appreneur, Secrets to Success in the App Store. This book covers everything that I've learned, as well as some of the other top developers in the country have learned over the last 4 years. This book does not hold anything back. It teaches you everything you could possibly need to know about how to have an app become successful. And it's not a book on the development process. There is not a single line of code in here. It talks about outsourcing the development process, or having developers build your apps. There's companies out there that people don't even know about, that if you have a good enough idea, they like it enough, they'll develop the application for free and you get a cut of the profits. So you essentially can get paid for just having an idea. My company is one of the ones that does that, and we kind of pioneered that in a sense. There's a lot of companies out there now that take a small deposit up front. So if you don't have tens of thousands of dollars to put into an app, don't think that it's impossible. There's one thing the App Store has taught me, is nothing is impossible. It's just figuring out how to do it. And this book will help you every step of the way, from advertising and marketing. Advertising and marketing applications is different than anything else. It's its own animal. And it's what a lot of people aren't good at. We've found some very powerful techniques that are free. It will cost you no money, and you'll be able to advertise to your specific target market. Something you're not going to find anywhere else, and something that we kind of just stumbled upon by accident, and it turned out to be one of the greatest things we've found. We've partnered with a lot of great companies that will help you, every step of the way to creating, quality applications. And one thing I'm going to do with this channel is come on here and do these video tutorials about how to do, things with apps that you may or may not know how to do. And it's not going to be developing. We're not going to dive into that. That's going to be, a whole new animal. I feel like if you don't know how to write code, taking the time to learn how to write code, then learn how to program in the languages for iPhone apps, and then learning the SDK, it's going to take you years. So it's faster to have someone develop it and then you run the business in, because iPhone apps are turning into a business. It's something you can make long sustainable revenue on if you do it correctly, and that's where I'm going to come in. We're going to have a magazine, we've got the book, and we're going to start doing these video tutorials, and I hope that everything in here is going to help you create and develop these ideas that I know you have for, you know, quality applications that are going to make you a lot of money. So stay tuned, you know, like, rate, subscribe, all that stuff. And then if you're interested in the book, Appreneur, Secrets to Success in the App Store, is available on Amazon. It's a paperback, and on the Kindle. It's also available in the iBook store. It's available in the Barnes & Noble Nook store, and it will also be available soon in physical stores such as Barnes & Noble, and I haven't been to a bookstore in a while. What are the other good ones? And whatever the other bookstores are, most people don't actually go to those anymore, but it's out there in a bunch of different distribution channels. It's $14.99 for the paperback, $9.99 for the ebook. I would recommend checking it out if apps are something that even remotely interests you. You know, this book, you can read it and you may think, awesome, this is something I definitely want to go after, or it may be something that you just have no interest in anymore, and you know, I feel like either way that goes, that's a good thing. So be sure to check it out. I'm going to come back in a couple of days with probably a video on finding how to get your app developed, finding the right channel to having your app developed, and we'll go over all the different scenarios, you know, where you have some money, you don't have some money, you know, you've got a great idea, you don't even okay idea that you don't know much about, stuff like that. So we'll get all that set up, and if you're interested in our services or coming through our company to get stuff developed, it's idea2appstore.com, and we'll get you fixed up, and if we can't handle it, we'll send you to someone that can, and somebody that can get you what you need. So take care, see ya.